Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds, and in this video, I want to tell you why, logically, you should never, ever buy a home, okay? You should never buy a home, and the reason is because financially and commercially, it just doesn't make sense to buy a home, in my opinion. Listen, you can do what you want. I'm just telling you what I think from my experience. I have bought a lot of properties, okay? I have bought myself and my clients that I've bought properties on their behalf and helped them buy. You're probably talking about 450 properties that I've either bought or I've packaged and helped my clients buy. So why do I say never buy a home? There's a difference between a home and a property, okay? A home is somewhere you live. This is my home, where I'm sat right now. I'm in my home. You might even hear in the background my kids playing in the background. This is my home. I don't own this. I didn't buy this. If I bought this house financially, it would not be very smart. The only reason I'd buy this home to live in would be because I just want to. You know, I might think, I just really like it. But financially and commercially, it makes much more sense to buy properties and then rent them out and let someone else have it as a home. Okay, now you might think I'm splitting hairs, but there's a massive difference between a property that you own and a home. And the big problem that a lot of property investors get when they step into property investment is they don't understand the difference between a property and a home. A house and a home, they don't know the difference. So because of that, they make massive mistakes. Let me explain some of those mistakes that I'm talking about. Number one, people when they buy properties, they often, going into buy-to-let, going into real estate, they buy houses near where they live. They buy a house near where they live. Why do they do that? Because in their mind, they think, oh, it's got to be close to home. It hasn't. It's a property investment. If you're buying Bitcoin or gold or silver, you buy it as an investment. If you're buying shares in a business, you don't go, I'm only going to buy shares in a business if the business is within half an hour of my home. Why not? Because that would be ridiculous. It's the same. When you're buying a property investment and you're buying it to rent out, you need to systemize it, have management companies and procedures in place, and buy it because it makes sense financially, not because it's near your home. Second thing that people do when they get mixed up between houses and homes is they buy properties that they like. So they'll look around a property and they'll be like, could I live here myself? Oh, I like the garden. And they'll invest their hard-earned money into a house, into a home, because to them it's like, oh, this feels like a nice home. It doesn't matter. What matters is it going to make you money? It's a property investment. It's not a home. You should never, ever buy a home. You might say, but Samuel, what about I have to live somewhere? Where am I going to live? You're going to live in a house, which is your home, that you rent. And you're going to pay the rent with the money that you make off of your properties. Okay? Third reason is because when you buy a home, the purpose of a home is it's somewhere safe. It's somewhere secure. It's somewhere safe. So what a lot of people do when they buy a home is they pay off the mortgage because they want to be debt-free. I understand that. You're paying off the mortgage because you like this home, you want to stay here, you want to be debt-free, and technically it's debt. However, when you buy a property investment, you shouldn't pay off the mortgage. Why? Because it's debt. Yeah, it's still debt, but it's good debt because your tenants are paying the interest on the mortgage. So when you buy a property, buy it in an area that financially makes sense. Buy it with formulas and not feelings. Buy it and keep the debt and use the debt and let the tenants pay the interest and you keep the cash flow. Okay. Number 4 is, DIY. You know, people say, well, I've got a bit of DIY to do in the house. Oh, it needs a bit of DIY work doing to it. What does DIY stand for? It's something that you do in your home. And it stands for do it yourself. When you're buying a property investment, DIY shouldn't come into it. Okay. And if the property needs work, it's not DIY work. It is a business systemized work that needs to happen. It is a maintenance. Put 10% of your rent that you get aside for maintenance repairs and never do it yourself. Okay, last tip, number 5. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you are, smash like, is this. When you're buying a home to live in, you get attached. You are emotional about it. When you're buying an investment, never get emotional. never get emotionally attached to any investment property. It is the worst thing that you can do. And if you, in your mind, you're buying homes, you're going to be emotional about it. You're going to get emotionally attached. When you're buying property investments, it's always formulas and facts over feelings and emotions. So 5 tips. Number 1, don't necessarily think you have to buy close to home. Systemize it. Number 2, don't buy a house that you like, buy a house that makes money. Number 3, don't pay off the mortgage, because the mortgage is good debt, okay? So you don't want to pay it off. You want to use the money you've got to buy more houses. Number 4, don't do it yourself. Any work, any maintenance, systemize everything. Always replace yourself, not do it yourself. And number 5 is do not get emotionally attached to a property investment that you are buying. So the conclusion is, don't buy homes, buy properties and turn them into homes for your tenants, which ultimately is going to give you an income. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, drop your comments below in the comment box. I'd love to know what you think. Of course, subscribe. You can subscribe up to the channel over here. If you want to watch more videos, check them out over here. And if you want to learn how to invest smart and you want to find the best types of property deals, then I'm going to leave the link in the description where you can join me at the Property Investors Crash Course, where we're going to be finding live deals and you can do the same thing too.